evening.
Good evening.
So, our late night stream returns. It's been a while since we've seen you, everybody. This is Irk.
This is Rayo.
And as promised, we're bringing you 007 Nightfire. We ran into a problem with our setting. And so we just have to get that corrected, but no worries on that end now. Everything is running as it should. Hard American work will get you there, definitely. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this started. Any opening comments, Irk, on this game?
This is our classic. This was our weekend fun. I make commentary. I probably put in more than 300 hours of gameplay into this thing over its lifespan. That's saying a lot, because I don't even think I can get 40 hours in a game anymore. We used to run this. You'll get to this in a second. Yeah, don't take me quietly. I want to say, perfect. So,
we're gonna go ahead and get started with the gameplay. So, starting up from the scratch, we're basically going to play through the game. Hopefully it won't take us more than a couple of times. And yeah, so we'll just do our commentary. This is a stream dedicated for our dad. His birthday was on November 6th.
Last Friday.
Yeah, and 007 was one of his favorite franchises. I probably dare say his favorite.
This was his hero. James Bond was like everything to him.
Yeah, he always emulated him in every way, capacity, form.
His passwords were easy to guess on his computer, because they all started with 007.
Yeah.
He never changed them. But at least he didn't use a password.
Like a lot of us do. No, so yeah, definitely. We're going to go ahead and get started with the gameplay. So yeah, first impressions, Irk?
Man, this game, you know, it's the one game I'll never criticize for looking old. It still looks good to me. I feel like a kid again. I feel like when I first opened this on Christmas. This was the first game I owned on GameCube. It was one of the first games I dived into, and like I said, I put in hundreds of countless hours into this game.
Get me closer to the road.
A little different about the way I'm playing it here is under normal circumstances. Oh, that was a good shot.
007, you must
This
protect
normally
the
would
French
play out of the
intelligence
tutorial
agent.
level, but since we accessed it from the main menu, the game kind of at this point expects, okay, you know what you're doing. And as you can see, I'm moving the cursor. It's a little harder to get a locked-on shot on them.
No snap-on auto aim. This was you or the controller.
Ooh, oh, no, I didn't do that. Oh, I got it. But yeah, once you get the flow of this level, levels 2 through 12 become, I don't want to say easier, because I think the middle levels are medium. It's a progression. I think the first 3 levels are kind of simple, straightforward, and then, I don't know, what do you remember? Like, what were some of your favorite segments of this game?
Head over those
I
buildings.
definitely
We'll cut them
remember
off.
fondly the like any sections where he's like just wandering around. I remember there was one where he was in an office building. That was one of my favorite levels. One in a Japanese bathhouse. That was also really a cool level. I like the way that this game. I remember this game is one of the first games in which gaming, transitioning from PS1, Metal Gear Solid, Resident Evil, all those games. Those are the pioneers of cinematic gaming. And in my opinion, when the GameCube, PS2 era, Xbox came out, that those games, at this point, games were just starting to, become like movies.
Yeah.
And it was just, you would look at them and they're like, wow, it's like kind of rivaling watching a film. Only that better yet, you get to play it, maybe.
You influence the outcome. I remember Dad used to look at this and say, is this a movie or is this a game? No, it's a game. And it had its own, this is an original story. No, I don't think there's a book called Nightfire, is there?
No, I don't think it is.
So this is like, if you're familiar with the James Bond series on any, I think it's what? It started on N64, PS1, and kind of, what's the last, PS3? I think it might have been the last release.
Actually, you might be right. I think that the last James Bond game that I could fucking track that's released recently was Bloodstone for the PS3, and that had Daniel Craig in it. Obviously, this is the likeness of Pierce Brosnan.
If we
Yeah,
hurry, we can
But
still catch it.
it's like
By the way,
GoldenEye,
who are
The World
you?
Is Not Enough, and then the
The name's
4
Bond. James
6th
Bond.
generation games. Agent Under Fire, Nightfire, Everything or Nothing, and From Russia with Love are the most played and most remembered. I think this one is the best of the bunch.
Yeah, for anybody curious, we're actually running the stream off of the original GameCube release, running off of Wii, all daisy chained together through the magic of technology, through a bunch of stuff I'm running. We're playing it on an HD TV to avoid latency, but we're but again, you know, that's what you guys are seeing. So this is just an unedited gameplay running. There's no modification to what you see is what you get basically. So if you hop on eBay, how much is this game running for these days?
This game, honestly, it's not bad. GameCube version, you're looking anywhere between 10 and 20 bucks. I don't know. I'd have to look for Xbox and PS2 just because I don't own it on those systems. I never bought it on those systems. But I'd probably say you're not going to spend more than $25 on this game. Anyone who's familiar with buying games on eBay knows, you know, there's a lot of factors. If the game, and you're gonna be amazed when I tell you this, Rayo, but if the game comes complete, what is complete? Manual, disc, you know.
Manual, what is that sorcery?
What is that sorcery, right? But if games like this come with a manual, the disc is in okay condition, and the box art is intact, you'll spend a good extra buck. Now, you get, you know, GameCube has Player's Choice, PS2 has Greatest Hits. I don't know, Xbox I think is Platinum Hits. But if you get one of those Greatest Hits versions, yeah, more likely than not, you may pay $5-10 more. It's not like buying Silent Hill, if anyone wants to know how that's been going for me.
Oh well, but you know what, gladly we have had you make the investment, and thus maybe we can go ahead and bring up Silent Hill. We're definitely something that we want to bring to you guys soon, so keep an eye, stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, definitely subscribe, give us a like on we're streaming direct this on YouTube, so you know, if you like our mediocrity, definitely go ahead and give us a like. It'd be fun. We'll continue going through this. We are a pair of old school get all boys right here.
Good old boys. That was level 1, by the way, so if you know what you're doing, it goes like that. Like if you blink, you miss something. If you would like me to continue, or would you like to take on level 2? I know we said we'd be exchanging, so
I'll take over the next one then.
And this is a good one.
Alright, so we'll be taking up, and
this is a fun one.
At this point, if anybody has any comments going up and at it, definitely go ahead
if you guys have any memories of this game, I'm sure plenty of you out there have played this, have seen it, maybe you know, a buddy, maybe a sibling had it. Go ahead and tell us what you think. I know it's not, you know, 2010.
Good evening, 007. A redesigned piece of missile guidance hardware intended for the orbiting U.S. space weapons platform has been stolen. NATO has advised that recovery is critical. Should an unfriendly power reverse engineer this device, the platform's global defense capabilities would be severely compromised. Recent intelligence implicates Raphael Drake in the theft. Hard to believe, as Drake is a respected green industrialist whose Phoenix International dismantles obsolete atomic reactors and decommissions nuclear arsenals. An Allied agent planted in Drake's organization reports that Alexander Mayhew, a British expatriate who heads Phoenix's Japanese branch, is en route to Drake's castle in Austria. The stolen guidance device will change hands tonight during a formal gathering at the castle.
Alright, so now I'm definitely not as good as this guy, but
Drake security teams are hardly men. As a double agent, you may have to answer aggression with aggression. Good luck, Bond.
You'll see, I think at the rate we're going here, you'll probably end up doing it. So people will see just what I mean. And I say that I think it's the last 4 levels are some of the hardest levels. But I'm a more patient gamer now, if anyone wants to know an accomplishment. I beat Mario Sunshine for the first time as an adult, so maybe I possess the capacity to do it again with this. I'll have to see. I'll get back to you guys on that. I'll let you know if I have the patience to beat this on my own. Because why don't you tell them? You have fun watching me throw remotes at the wall with this.
Oh, I did. Okay, now look, I was expecting here. Now this is the first level we're on foot. Walking around here, Walter PPK, is it?
Yeah, Walter PPK. Or PP7, I think.
PP7, yeah, I think so. Awesome gun. Probably overpriced for the size, but
it's a good car gun.
Definitely.
I like it when he does that.
Yeah, that was pretty. I know, that's pretty good. I didn't know he did that. Now, what happens though, aiming down the sights, that was not a thing back then. I mean, you got lucky if you got a little reticle like like this. You kind of move it around, wiggle it with the stick. Kind of, you know, like, hello.
I think one of the features that I remember in this game that really struck me was how responsive everything was.
It was. It's like if you move forward at a decent speed. There's no early first-person game. There's no sprinting, of course.
But he moves at a decent pace.
Decent pace, yes. So you're supposed to be sneaky. I think X crouches, yeah. Y jumps.
Y jumps.
A
B
is action.
A is action. B puts on your silencer or turns on your additional gun modes.
Yeah, definitely on your silencer for this. So we're going to go here. So it's just a movement, cause like going back.
Yeah, remember C stick is like strafing.
Strafing. I know. It's like so we're gonna stick up on this guy. Eric, why don't you explain that feature?
So a lot of times it can be overlooked with that little feature, but if you're good enough at sneaking around in this game and somebody doesn't detect you and they have a weapon that you can snatch off of them, you'll get into this mode where you can hold them up and as long as you stay in front of the guy and you have your gun pointed at him, whether you're manually aiming with the reticule or you're just letting the auto aim take, he won't move from there. You could hold him. You could literally stop the game here. And you see, you can mess around with your gun. You can hold him here. He won't move. Now, if you walk away from him, I don't recommend you try that. If you walk away or turn around, he'll retaliate, pull out a weapon, and start fighting you back.
Oh, we definitely don't want to see any witnesses. So good night, sir.
Why don't you check that back in and get yourself a rifle?
Right here? Yeah, I don't know anything about this game.
Trial and error. I've spent a lot of time on this level. Kid.
And back as a... Oh, there's a guy there. I don't know. It's supposed to be sneaky. Secret agent,
There you go. Now you have your SG5 and those doors won't open, so you're good to continue. There's a lot of little missables. If people remember, when you didn't have to pay for missables, you could unlock little extra scenes. They don't add any value to the missions per se, but little fun things you can see. I think coming up, if you remember, you'll have the opportunity to entice the guards to check on you. You got a sniper out there.
It's supposed to be a party going on. That's how you do Still got oh man. There's no health regen in this game. Definitely you get body armor.
Body armor will be your best.
Oh, this works? Okay.
I used to hate the Medal of Honors on GameCube because you would crawl like still, you know what I mean? Like holding the gun and it looks so unreal.
Okay, I don't know what I'm...
Now you can kill the sniper in the other tower, but I doubt he'll pose any more problems. You remember how to switch weapons?
Yeah.
How to reload and everything?
Kill radio and let it go. He's trying to kill me. So, and if anybody watching this, whether that's now or down the line, if anyone's familiar with Metal Gear, here's a cool little scene here. If anyone's familiar with Metal Gear is very good with its alert themes, its caution themes, its themes of sneaking. This game, not as profound, but it does its own little thing. If you notice just now, like if you encounter someone...
Hast du das gehört? Das kam von der Wand da drüben. Siehst du was? Nein, könnte eine Bergziege sein. Ich habe gestern eine gesehen.
Calm little music. So I thought that was really cool. I don't know if that was intentional. I don't know if they paid attention to Metal Gear Solid and then integrated that. You move with C. I don't know if they integrated those little things because of that, but I think it's cool. It's just little things like that. There's nothing here. That's just for the scene.
Oh wait, what about these hooks?
So you can grapple here. I don't know when you grapple here, and I don't know for what you would grapple here, but...
Yeah. That's a death, right?
Yeah. So if you... So side to side, we'll navigate your gadgets on the control pad. So go wrong, press the stunner, laser, you'll need that later on in the mission. The grapple. So if it's white, you can't touch it. Now, if you get far enough or to a distance where it'll turn green, you can interact with it. For why it's there, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's practice to just kind of get you acquainted.
Let's go back through here.
Yep, and then you'll go through the doors.
Anybody that knows any better, just drop it in the comments. I am older game, but
like I said, I know plenty of people have at least seen this. They're familiar with what it is. It's one of those. I mean, if you look it up on reviews, you see what I'm talking about. Yep. So I guess it's the James Bond version of Metal Gear, even though Metal Gear out espionage this game, of course, James Bond and Solid Snake can't really compare them.
no, they have
They're very different characters.
You're supposed to go to the truck, right?
I don't know if you can actually. I think so, not yet at least. So we're on to part 2. Loading screens, but this game was very good about loading screens too.
Thought it was.
And right now you'll be loading, and in about 2 seconds we'll be back onto the mission. But I don't know. I like those little trinkets. I like those little breakdowns of how this game operated. I mean, maybe I know it a little too well.
Eine Flasche Schnaps? Wir sollten uns die Schlüssel zum Weinkeller geben.
I'm just so happy seeing it again.
So on here we have two gentlemen conversing.
We do not speak German, so we don't know.
So I guess we have no need for them.
But I don't know. Give me some insight on this. What do you think? What are you thinking? What do you think of the mechanics? How it runs? I mean, what it was for the time? How it stands up today? I don't know. What are your thoughts on it?
I was actually, for the longest time, I was kind of scared to touch it on my own. I remember you were bringing it and we played the multiplayer, but that was as far as my interaction with the game would go. First time I ever saw this game ran on. I watched it on an original Xbox. One of the few times, I think, the only few times I've seen. I don't have an Xbox or any Xbox console. I'm a PS guy, you know, a Nintendo guy. Never bought any Xbox consoles to this point. Still not. So, but I had a friend who had it in LA, and he played it with me. And that's the first time I ever watched it. I remember it was a scene where he was in a tram in this snowy area, I think it is. Oh, no, come on. That puts a damper on my sunny disposition. Anyway, I remember that it was a pretty cool game. I remember just kind of like looking over and wanting to see, oh, what's that game about? Like, what is it? Oh, it's 007. I'm like, James Bond? And I'm like, yeah. Like, isn't that guy supposed to be like a guy who just talks to women and like suave or whatever? It's not a shooting game. I didn't know anything about GoldenEye. I actually have GoldenEye for Nintendo 64. I have a 64. Out of commission, unfortunately, though. That I can't bring up. It's man, it got damaged too. So I got some water damage. So really can't play that. But then when I came over to Houston, I saw him playing this game. I'm like, oh shit, this looks like that game I watched on Xbox. And then I saw the same exact scene on the tram. I'm like, wait, is this that thing? I remember that he would play when he was a kid, and it was nothing but like a sniper section that he would play on forever. We'll touch on that later. But yeah, I think I haven't seen. I would like to see it run on an Xbox to compare graphics, honestly, just to see what the main difference of it would be.
I don't know. I don't think you'd see much of a difference. Maybe except better textures, which typically was the case with any system not the GameCube. And
I mean, just doing a quick texture checking right now. Look at that. It's not that bad looking. You can tell what these are. I mean, I've seen some well, that's kind of a garbage texture, but I mean, it's supposed to be outdoors and it's dark.
I'll give you a task. Like, picture this as an HD remaster, and then like that's how I mean a great example.
Or to be frank with you, you know, EA is not gonna pick this up again and do a nothing remaster. You know that.
But I don't blame them, because this game, I think, it's not for everybody now, especially.
But it was one of the pioneers for, like, you know, before Call of Duty was a mainstream. They got what's it called? And that they have they had first-person shooters as a formula, which it is now. I mean, it definitely. Oh, you have to shoot these.
When this game came out, I could probably name you 2 legit first-person multiplayer anything James Bond and Halo, the original Halo and Halo 2. Now, for as much as we may not be fans of Halo because reasons.
Wait, we don't have a, we're just not, we didn't grow up with Xbox.
We didn't grow up with Xbox, but I will say something. I played Halo 2 multiplayer. Now, I've heard a lot of people rave about Halo 3 and forward. I would recommend, if you ever had a chance to play Halo 2 multiplayer original, oh man, that was some of the best multiplayer I ever played. But before that, this was really one of the games that, you know, for us especially, I think in our library, if we weren't playing this, we were playing Smash Bros. And Mario Party. Those were like the three rotations.
Yeah, as far as like multiplayer, oh man, I need some volume.
But this game did what it intended. Look, man, we used to play this. We used to start at 10 at night. It would be the four of us. And then Paola would go to sleep and we'd dwindle to 3. Then La Katia would either get bored or she would just want to go do it. And then it would just be us two. And I remember sometimes it would just be us two. We would stay up till 5, 6 in the morning just playing and running. We wouldn't get bored.
I know, and then I remember, and Dad would come in and like, just shut this whole thing down. It's 5 in the morning. Get him and go get some sleep.
I know, we're like, man, we're playing your game. You don't want to come watch? Nah, go to sleep. All right, man, whatever. But yeah, no, this game, it did its job for me, man. Look, I'm not kidding. If I could give you, you know how most games log your game hours now. If I could give you a logged version of this game, I'm telling you, it probably approaches absurd numbers of how often I played it. The only other game I've ever played this often was Smash Brothers Brawl. That's the only other game that ever competes close enough.
We've confirmed that Agent Nightshade and the deep cover operative will rendezvous with you in the castle library.
You do a lot more when you play this game, but I guess you're picking up the next level, so.
The next level's a driving level, so there won't be much to miss. I think the next 2 levels are driving levels, if I'm correct. The driving levels were some of my least favorite. Although this game did a really good job. I played Tomorrow Never Dies on PS1.
007, the guests won't take kindly to firearms. Keep them hidden to maintain a low profile.
Tomorrow Never Dies. I'll bring it to you.
Alright. Well, with this, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and pass this over to Earth. In the meantime, though, we're taking a quick break. Just stay tuned. We'll be right back.
All right. Sorry for the delay.
But we're ready to start part 2 of the stream, and let's, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started.
So this is, we had what, 2 cutouts so far in the second mission, so this is part 3.
Yeah.
So here we get a little more
Of what we know about James Bond, you know, the swab persona.
Yeah, here you're just infiltrating. You can actually interact with people. That's Roger Moore.
I know, it looks like Roger Moore. That's crazy.
Hello.
Whoa.
A lovely evening.
That's what it hits.
And you would be...
James Bond.
Watch the title.
Enjoy the party.
The guards are kind of nice at first. Well, except this guy. Yeah, you can kind of interact with him.
Hi. Hi there.
Enjoy the party.
It was pretty good animation.
The facial animation is good. I can be a jerk.
Most priceless Ming Dynasty.
I'm waiting for someone.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
There's like 4
Like
Roger Moores.
Hello.
Roger Moore angers me. He doesn't acknowledge me.
Did you ever change for that?
Hi there.
Drake has money. Wait, can I break this dude?
Wow, it's cold.
Bond, head
Oh,
for the stairs.
you guys should
Drake's
remember
about to
him.
address his
We'll
guests
see
in
him
the grand
again.
ballroom.
What'd you say to me, man?
Enjoy the party, sir.
You don't seem too happy about your role.
Your role, that is.
I'm busy. Enjoy the party, sir. Excuse me.
Yeah. He looks like Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
James Bond having fun. Can I come read in the library?
No party guests in here, sir.
Okay. Oh, now.
No party guests in here, sir.
I guess they don't want me to read. Can I go this way? Red carpet. I'm James Bond.
You'd better return to the party, sir.
What do you mean? There's no party here. This is where the party's at.
You'd better return to the party, sir.
I am so in sync. Okay, fine. Guards win. That's 5th Roger Moore right there.
You can enjoy the beautiful decoration of the wall.
What art is this?
Well, you know, blurry.
Blurry bison? No description.
10 out of 10.
What is that? Looks like a man on fire.
Hellspawn.
What is that? You know what? We're asking too many questions.
Manners.
I like this chapter a lot. What I'm saying?
Thank you all for accepting my invitation this evening. Your generous gifts have ensured the success of our World Refugee Fund. Once again, my gratitude to all for making the journey here. And now, cocktails are waiting for you in the salon.
I have business to attend to. Please the hostess, won't you, darling?
So we all remember our heroine from the first mission. I mean, I guess at this point, you don't really know what her intentions are, huh?
No, I was actually about to ask you, why is she hanging out
Head
with
for the
him?
library, 007.
I'd have to dive deeper into the story to remember, but she's like a double spy, I guess, like infiltrator. But in any James Bond movie, they're poorly written. I mean,
They're poorly written.
the main bad guy always figures out like, oh, you've been screwing me over. You know, I mean, I don't know. At the end, but here we'll get a little more context.
James.
Typical.
You're the deep cover agent?
It's not as deep as it looks. Sorry to interrupt your debriefing, 007. Agent Nightshade, CIA. Dominique Paradis, French intelligence. Mayhew's arrived with the stolen guidance device. Drake just went to the conference room. I would imagine he's meeting Mayhew there. Take this key. You won't get far without it. I better get back to the party before I am missed.
MI6 wants surveillance photos of that exchange.
Right. I'll create a distraction for you while you make your way to the conference room.
Does that dress standard company issue, Nightshade?
Don't get any ideas, 007. It's armored in all the right places.
Alright. It's almost cringe.
Bond, don't let Drake's men get in your way. Use whatever means necessary to get to that
Then
meeting.
just like that. Cover done. Pull out your gun, get everybody underway. I mean, those nice guards. Fuck them, really.
That's my favorite line. Like, use any means necessary. Oh,
They're
gladly.
basically gun. It's like, oh, you're telling me I can kill people now? Okay, why not? International incident, here I come. I hope the party guests are not, bothered by this. Didn't they search him before he got into the compound?
Apparently not.
Gotta put the herd there on the art. There's our Duke Ferdinand. Up and up. Alright.
World War I joke. I always wanted to know. Hey, buddy, that hurts. If I'm not mistaken, these guns aren't modeled after real weapons, aren't they?
Yeah. No, it's modeled after the Glock 17.
You know what? I guess I can see that. But where does the burst option?
Oh, that's the illegal version. You know, you can't have that in America.
There's our butler.
You go secret domination.
Here it is,
world
Mr.
plans.
Drake, the missile guidance module we stole from the Americans. I trust this effort brings us one step closer to globalization.
You've saved our technicians considerable time, Mayhew. Can we accelerate the other nightfire elements as well?
Absolutely, sir. We're well underway training assault teams for the...
Get your hands off me!
We caught her in the hallway, sir.
I was looking for the
Well,
powder
James
room.
Bond, didn't you
You
catch him
optics
shooting
and a
half your
9mm?
men in the hallway?
Hey, it's a tough neighborhood.
If this security breach leads back to Japan, it's your head,
You
Mayhew.
were so happy earlier.
Secure this in a safe
You
room.
look so worried.
I doubt she's alone.
He's like, oh
the
shit,
castle
for
down.
real? My job? My
Now.
head?
And take this woman to the cable car station.
I'm like, what happened
I
to
don't
my
want her
401k
interrogation to
bonus?
upset the guests.
Interrogation? What kind of party is this, anyway?
No.
He just looks like the cat out of my face.
Just die.
Okay, I have one problem. It's like the way he said it. Oh, we stole it from the Americans. Like, you think it's that easy?
Incriminating yourself. Yeah, why not? You know, you didn't have to say that. You just really didn't have to say that.
I love that sound. Alright. Well, now let's get the fun stuff.
That's the fun stuff. It's one of alternate paths, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can either go here or you can jump down the balcony.
Obviously, as you can see, when you go down this way, oh, there's all these M90Ks.
Or the MP5, the MP5.
When you go down this way, you get a little 007 thing. So this is one of those games that records your score based on how you do.
That section, that's what I saw when I first watched this game on Xbox. That's the section. That's the first time I ever saw this game. That's the first section.
So this is the section that brought everything back.
Yeah, like I remember some of my friends were just sitting out there, they were hanging out after high school, and they were just playing the game. And they were playing through this particular part. I remember that building, the green blue, and the cable car coming down.
So this game, I loved it because, you know, obviously you can interact with the doors, but I like that the enemies can actually, you know, bust in through a room and drive.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty dynamic.
Let's run back this way because we gotta go get our little device.
Boy, it's man, this is a lot of perspective after playing so many World War II games.
Yeah, a lot of perspective.
The animation's a little wonky, but you know what? They have to give them credit.
A lot of games didn't do that in this time.
No, you're right. Oh, look at that!
Oh, that works.
Yeah, face through the door. Graham was like, what the hell just happened? Reality stuff? What? He's like, oh man, oh, gone. He was like, what happened? What happened, Schmidt? Oh, a creek here just was like stuck in the door, and then he got his head shot through the wood, and I looked at him die, and I died, and I got shot. Need help. That's a classic James Bond moment right there. Classic. Actually, that was one of my favorite parts. Is like whenever I used to watch it play or like play it myself, I like doing that, like just using the little.
Those ninjas look like they could melt pretty easily. Test out my laser on them, would you, 007?
Oh my gosh, should have thrown the ways down.
No, I'll just punch him because that's the equivalent of dying in this game.
Well, at least he gets to go home.
No, his body just.
Oh man, you know what? I'm surprised those are not old blocky ass computers.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's pretty clever. Right. Awesome. Now you can get back to the cable car, I suppose.
In this next part of the game, Zoe is the most useless teammate ever.
Well, I mean, look, the AI for everybody else was still there, basically trying at this point.
Well,
you can go down there then, huh?
Yeah, there's actually some. If you pay attention down here, you'll notice these guys loot. Watch. There'll be like 5 guys that come in one after the other.
I like how you see these cases fall out on the little metal rings. You know, they could have easily just not animate that and just kind of like show them, and you know, something like this. I don't know. Games like this generation of games kind of like got me started off the liking guns. So the way they were portraying gaming actually kind of gave me an interest for, you know, real life gun collecting.
This game did a lot of things right, realistically, I think. And the sounds are really satisfying, I think. A lot of things in this game are satisfying. Like I said, it controls and responds very well. Aesthetically, yeah, it doesn't look as...
Come on, let's get out of here.
We're going on 20 years now almost. You know, but still, for the time, you know... The fact that this is running in, you know, what would be 2002, pretty amazing. Alright. Do something besides stand there. So if you notice, I blow out all the windows first. That way I'm not creating any hazards. Even though this little space, I'm amazed a rocket can go through here.
Yeah, honestly. Oh, behind me. Here's the butler from earlier.
Zoe?
I thought you'd never ask. Nice landing, James.
Totally.
Why do you always seem to end up on
where
top?
basically nothing.
A lower center of gravity?
I'm pretty sure she's not gonna succumb to hypothermia. And for that matter, so does James. I mean, he's wearing just a suit. I think you need at least like a little something, you know?
At least he's warm.
Or slightly. He's not warm.
What a cute beach one.
I'll find escape. Oh boy. It's one of these Yankee, like, what's it called? Like, Yankee vehicle sections, isn't it?
But again, it didn't do a bad job, you know? Oh.
Break the door with you. Let me see.
That one's a nasty bit of business, isn't it? Perfect.
Oh, he just was scaring that. Great.
You drive, I'll shoot.
Oh, wait, this is an on-rail section.
Hurry, Zoe. We haven't much time.
Sorry.
Oh, you should shoot the gondola.
We've got to get going.
Almost got it. You worry about the stars.
Have another. Yeah.
Why not cost all the money?
We're out here.
That's like this game before, basically, right?
Head for the forest. We'll lose them in the trees.
Should I knock the tower?
Go right.
That was an innocent civilian kill. I guess we're not carrying a lot of international incidents today. Isn't there rockets in this one that you can find?
I think this is the tower.
That's one good thing about the game that I can say is there is so much versatility. You're not just
Look
shooting.
out, James! They're up ahead.
There's stuff that you're getting on vehicles, you watch cutscenes, you shoot, you sneak around.
Up ahead, James!
Oh yeah, that guy is so scary because he you don't gotta understand what that guy is. But they made me such a big deal about that. I'm like, oh, that guy's fighting. Okay. You do, but my bike has a shotgun, like whatever. Oh, that guy has one. They should have framed him.
Behind us, James!
Okay. Oh wait, there was a way to there. Why? It's why you can just right away. I don't remember for some reason. Come on! Yes. Oh wait, there's ammo for this? I thought it was infinite.
No, I think it's a rocket.
Okay, now I picked up on it.
James! They're closing the gate!
Oh, no they're not. 25, for that. What gate is there left to close? Oh no, that's rickety. That's dangerous. Now how are the guests gonna get back home?
We're in for a bumpy ride.
I don't think you have enough helicopters to get everybody out of there. Come on. Where did you shot from?
Sorry, we forgot to make a reservation.
Oh, yeah, that's the least of the problems.
Phew.
Property
Looks
damage.
like we shook them up.
It's not over yet.
Just
Back
bill it
into
to
the woods.
MI6, I suppose. An organization that barely officially exists. If it does, I don't think it does.
Not in this capacity.
Not in difficult games.
Yeah.
Because you know your vehicle is blocked out.
James, in front of us!
I hear it.
He blew up his own team.
He's up him.
Yeah.
That's exactly what shit, fuck that! Like, I'm really like, what happened to Chris over there? Oh, hell no. He had a reason why he jumped. You think he survived?
No.
I don't think anybody made it home from that one.
Looks like we're on foot from here.
Where exactly is here, James?
Not far from my rendezvous point.
Yeah, just the bottom of some lake. Glad that that's that.
Just run through sub-zero temperatures.
Again.
You gotta go metal now.
Try. Oh, memory cards. I missed them. And that was actually a save done on an actual memory card. Again, we're playing off original hardware. What you see is what you get, people. So, to look this up again, we discussed, you can probably find this game for about less than $20 on eBay or whatever you look.
It's a good purchase, man. Yeah, anyone should dive and give it a shot.
Alright, and here's another janky vehicle section.
Oh, Dad's favorite, the Aston Martin.
Yeah, man, that's a car.
That is a car.
That is a vehicle car.
Was this car here the whole night?
Perhaps, but you look like you needed the rest.
I don't recall getting much rest at all, James.
Oh.
Okay. This is rated T. But aren't like James Bond movies like rated M?
When it draws into the extraction point,
I don't know. Aren't they PG-13? Oh, this is time. Damn it.
Time sections on video games suck the most
007,
ass.
the local authorities are not to be
They don't
harmed.
just let you enjoy
Use
yourself.
your
I hate
non-lethal
everything
weapons as a
time
deterrent.
missions, general, yes.
Smoke screen online.
You know what this section reminds me of right now?
What? Oh my goodness, yes.
That's another good one.
That's one that I also have in my collection. So I don't know. I don't know if people stream racing games modern or old.
Because something has to a lot of attention. Hopefully, if you're watching this video, you find this interesting. I mean, eventually, I think, in my opinion, a lot of games these days that are coming out, some of them are either the same, and indie games do their best, and they have a lot of really cool ideas. They just sadly don't have the budget to make something happen.
Not just the budget, but a lot of times they don't get the traction.
Yeah, actually, definitely. And a lot of the games that are getting the traction are a bunch of games that really, you know, they're just, everything you're seeing is like, I mean, I don't mean to, like, brag on Call of Duty, because I used to like the series. I mean, anything that Call of Duty relating to World War II, I was a huge fan on it, and then they made the switch, and then they started to formalize things, and it's like, you know, you can't make games into a formula. It's like, they have to have different types of stories. I mean, these days, gaming doesn't even care about a coherent story most of the time.
Everything's just gotta be online.
Yeah, everything's online, and I mean, look at us, sitting out here next to each other. You can have a beer online. I mean, you can drink on your own sorry self, and, you know, just watch people have a beer. Here, you know, you sit with your buddies, get a couple more controllers, you're strolling around, you start telling stupid jokes. You know, there's no connection that's gonna go down. It's just you, your friends, your beers.
This is the part I hated.
Oh, there's a lot of things that I can tell you there. It's like you have a little army.
007, you must eliminate those helicopters if we are to make a safe
But
extraction.
it's true. I think lack of substance. I don't know, man. Just gaming like this is why for me, like, golden age of gaming. You can sit in the living room with your buddy and just relax, have a good time. Maybe forget about this for a while. That's the fastest I've ever cleared that. Wow, that's pretty good. Very well.
Since when did we get a plane?
Welcome, 007.
Oh wait, they're just gonna... Oh, that's your plane.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I guess that's that. Excellent. So with that, I am gonna say that we should call it an end for stream on here. At this time, I'd say that we should definitely be back with this. If you guys like what you saw, definitely send a comment. Do you think we could do something better? Anything you like? Anything you want to, any memories you got about this game? Definitely go ahead and hit us up. And yeah, we want to go ahead and get this done. Finish up the story on it.
Don't you worry, we'll be back to Resident Evil before you know it. We know we have unfinished business.
Oh yeah, definitely we're coming back to that one. It's much improved. If you notice, the video quality has improved a little bit. So yeah, no, you're just trying to get it out here better, bigger. That one's mine next time, so I'm taking that one the next shift.
You can actually take these two.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I know you're looking forward to that one.
You know, these two are the ones I look forward to.
Definitely. No, well, without further ado, do you have any closing comments, Eric, for tonight?
No, I just hope that you guys kind of get a glimpse into what our world looked like back in the early 2010s, mid 2000s, and kind of just get a taste of what made us have a good time, what gave us comfort, when there was no PS4, PS5. By the way, if you bought a PS5 and the remote's either blown up on you, burnt out, if your system's not working, I'm so sorry, man. Sony's got a lot on their hands. Crappy launch, but we'll talk about that next time when we complete our segment of 007 Nightfire, one of our personal classics.
Yeah, man, into that. Buy a PC. Just forget about PS5.
Yeah,
forget
just
about
consoles
Xbox
in general.
If you're a real gamer, you're moving on to PC. I mean, we're old enough. We're no longer little kids. Gaming is certainly not convenient anymore. I mean, not the way it used to be like this.
Although I do recommend a Switch. It is a good little system.
Yeah, definitely. The Switch is a good little system. Still kind of holds the true values of old gaming. Anyway, everybody, well, it has been a pleasure. This has been Ert.
This has been Rayo.
I hope you'll catch us again soon. You have a great night.
You guys have a good evening. We'll be back.